Russia is hinting at a potential prisoner swap involving detained journalist Evan Gershkovich.
That's right. A Kremlin spokesperson says there has been contact with the U.S., but wants to keep negotiations private at this time. Russia has held the Wall Street Journal reporter on espionage charges since March, you may remember. The U.S. considers him wrongfully detained.
And joining us now is CBS News national security reporter Olivia Gazis. Olivia, thanks so much for joining us. Help me understand this. Russia says they want to keep the negotiations private. Then they come out and announce that they're having negotiations. So what exactly is going on here?
Sure. It's a great question. And without venturing too far into Russian psychological tactics, I think you can imagine some reasons why they might want to dangle this out there. For example, exerting some pressure on the U.S. to close a deal it may not yet be comfortable making. By announcing, yes, we're talking, we're interested. If a deal isn't made soon, the Russians can turn around and say, see, we were open to a swap, but the U.S. was the one who wouldn't make it happen. But we already know the Biden administration has already said that there is a dedicated special channel for conversations like these with the Russians. We also know that the two governments have in the past relied on intelligence rather than diplomatic channels because they don't involve these most prominent publicly known cases, but can involve other trades that are done out of the spotlight. The reason that we seem to be hearing about this at all right now is because in recent days there have been these consular visits facilitated for Russian officials to one of their citizens who's imprisoned here in the U.S. for cyber crimes. And we heard that this week that the American ambassador to Russia was able to visit Evan Gershkovich for the first time since April. And it's both of those developments that have prompted some speculation that a deal could be close.
And we know that after the release of Brittany Griner, she used her platform to advocate for the release of Paul Whelan, also being detained on spying charges, I think since 2018. Could the Whelan component also be involved in the negotiations for Gershkovich?
Absolutely. I mean, that hasn't been confirmed publicly, but the U.S. has been trying to free Paul Whelan for years. And his case is all the more pressing because, as you say, these negotiations failed during the last two swaps of Brittany Griner and of Trevor Reed to get Paul Whelan out. And in this most recent instance, in Brittany Griner's case, we heard that the deal on the table was one or none from the Russians. And the Biden administration took that deal for one. That was excruciating, understandably, for the Whelan family and really debilitating for Paul himself. And I'm not sure that the U.S. could do that a third time to them. Now, there have been some glimmers of hope. Paul Whelan said in an interview in May that he believed wheels were turning on his behalf. We don't know right now what or who or how many people the Russians have demanded in exchange for either Evan or Paul. But we know that the U.S. has put forth various offers that it has characterized as substantial for both of them. And it's even had conversations with other countries who have Russians in their jail cells to see if they could triangulate a deal involving a third party. And so those are some of the details that we'll definitely be looking for in the days to come here.
Olivia, Errol mentioned Brittany Griner. Is this becoming a go-to tactic for the Russians to arrest an American, trump up some charges, and leverage that for prisoner swaps?
Yeah, I mean, the U.S. government is acutely aware of this double-edged sword that is posed by swaps like these, because on the one hand, as a government, you score a prominent victory by bringing home a detained American. On the other hand, you risk incentivizing more of the same, this arbitrary detainment of Americans overseas, because Russians, and by the way, other adversarial countries, see an opportunity to wheel and deal and possibly win back some of their own people. When Secretary Blinken has been asked about this in the past, he's spoken of this need to strike a balance between working to secure Americans' release and imposing penalties, most often sanctions, on countries to eliminate, again, this sort of perverse incentive to keep doing this. I mean, he's also tried to make the argument that countries that engage in this practice are isolating themselves by making people think twice before traveling there. I'm not sure, though, that argument resounds all too much in a place like Russia at the moment.
We'll be following closely. Olivia Gazis, thanks so much for your reporting.
Thanks, Olivia.
Thank you.